Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter-like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure. BeefLoaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, MySoxSummer. And your host. He's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom. Chorizy-E.
Thank you, Chorizy. Welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If BeefLoaf calls himself a menace or talks about gilfs, you drink. If MySoxSummer begs for free shit or gets piss on his hands, you drink. And if I talk music or say here's the thing, you drink. And of course, you can make all of us drink for just a tip of $1.08 or more.
$1.08. Please more.
Probably more.
Less than more.
But speaking of drink, fellas, what are you drinking? BeefLoaf, what are you drinking?
We're running it back. I had such a good feeling last week, and I did drunken AMA afterwards. I'm getting the cherry brandy back in there. I did pretty good last week. Like, I did pretty good. I got one pour in my glass, but I think we're going to get through this cherry brandy on tonight's show. So that's got a little backup chaser. What's nice about something that's a liqueur like this is it's only 84 proof. So it's not as bad a ride as sometimes when you're drinking booze like this. You know, it's a little less. It's nice.
That's the same as like vodka or like
rum.
It's like 40%. Yeah, that's a normal amount. Beef.
I thought I'd be drinking something light, but it felt like last time. I had no problems.
What else is on that shelf? Like Everclear and like Goldschlager. You know, like
I wish there was Goldschlager on there. Let's be honest with ourselves. If there was Jaeger, it'd be gone. I would drink through that for sure. There's no question.
I love Jaeger too, honestly.
Get down.
MSS. What do you got over there?
Well, you know, we got a special guest tonight, so I was like, I want to be somewhat, you know, with it and not just be drinking the 120 proof stuff. I got the Guinness. I got the Guinness pub cans back.
Guinness did you buy?
I bought
a lot, didn't he? Yeah.
I bought a case. It's like 32 or 24 or something. I don't know.
The 84 pack.
It's Costco. It's a Costco case. It's big. It's a big one.
Barely fit in this car. That's how big it was.
I almost bought another one, but then I was like, let's finish the first one first, and then we'll get in there.
This is still the first one? Now I'm just embarrassed for you, actually.
I don't drink it.
He's a casual drinker, you know?
It's the only night I really drink. I do other drugs.
I was going to say, he gets higher than a draft balls most days. Like, you know, it's okay.
Now, I'll say this, Chorizy and Loaf. I went to the Aldi over by my daughter's school, and I bought a bunch of $4 six packs of lava cake chocolate stout because they were $4 for a six pack, and they're 8%. So I drank one of them, and I had a really wretched headache the next day. So I was like, I don't know if I can drink these. But
let me ask a question here about this. You've been more hangovers lately. You think there's something to do with the shot is dehydrate you a little bit? Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
A little bit. Okay, a little dehydration. Sure. Yeah, because that shouldn't give you hangover. One of those shouldn't give you hangover. That shouldn't be.
I think that day, like I had worked out that day, but I also like, I don't think I drank enough water. Like I think I going to continue to drink water. I'm really bad at that sometimes. I'm drinking too much. I'm pissing like a crazy person, but I'm drinking a lot of coffee. Chorizo, what are you drinking tonight? My piss?
How dare you call Victoria?
That's close. That is close.
Victoria is delicious.
It is delicious.
How dare you, fucking guy?
I like that you've been on the beer a lot lately, Chorizy. You like to go with the beer during the podcast. I pee too much. That's why I like beer, but sometimes I go away from the beer so I don't have to pee as often.
The problem is I'm hosting.
It's a tough one.
Like, so I gotta. Yeah, I got to ride the crazy train here and get things in place and make sure that everything's going right. Yeah. Press all the buttons, and then after the show, I got to get the podcast up. Yeah, right. Like, so I can't. If I go whiskey, I'm gonna be a mess by the end of it.
So hang on. If we switch spots,
you like that,
and I host, you'll get shit faced. Is what you're saying? You won't get shit faced if you do.
I'm saying I probably drink whiskey. I think I probably drink whiskey. Yeah,
we should drink whiskey.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we should switch. You know what? When we do the long form one, there's not really a lot of. I'm happy to put the thing up.
I just like I got a silent auction. If you saw the picture I posted from your daughter's school. They did a silent auction, and I saw these like they look like kind of fancy decanter looking whiskey bottles, and I was like, I bet those are worth something. I looked them up, and yeah, they're all kind of like $80-$90 range.
Yeah.
So I put in a bid that's well beneath the value, and I won. And so I went to pick them up. I did not think that they would be as fucking gigantic as they are, because it's just like one bottle of whiskey, but it's like this. It's like it's a fucking like a duck with its wings spread and shit. I'm like, who has it? Who's making this shit? But I got like no room for this stuff. It's all juice in a corner.
How do you pour it? Does it take multiple people to pick the bottle up and get it poured?
Oh, you don't want to put these upstairs by the roof deck. And I was like, someone is going to smash these things up there. These bunch of drunk motherfuckers. I can't trust them with that up there.
Someone's going to fall through that.
So now I don't know where exactly I'm going to put this.
The one thing you got going for you, at least, is that Wally won't be able to make it up all those stairs to get to the rooftop, so he can't drop stuff or build.
Unless you get an escalator or an elevator, Wally will never go up there.
I cannot wait for the first time to get Wally money up there. I cannot wait. I cannot.
He's going to get vertigo.
Puffing.
Jerry O'Sullivan says that show's called The Au Jus, where I host. No. We don't talk about cock and balls on The Au Jus, but in this one we always do. So we'll make sure
you don't enough.
You do bad.
Talk about it.
I have to delineate. I remember someone was giving me some shit. It's like, is this just going to be the one-way podcast part 2? It's like, no, this is some different shit. So on that one, we don't talk about cock and balls and titties and stuff. We keep that on this show, right? We gotta differentiate the shit. How dare you?
Let's get a couple drinks here. Guy Gordo, he says, "Cheers, boys. F BeefLoaf."
Gordo,
cheers,
bless your heart, my friend. Keep the F BeefLoaf movement going. We all know that's good for the brand.
Beef, I wanted to ask you about that because it was mentioned last night when I was doing the Future Sox show. The fuck BeefLoaf came up. Is the origin story of that Matt Berkman?
It is.
He invented fuck BeefLoaf.
I think I bet on Cincinnati. Him and his wife had gone to like the bowl game or whatever. They were winning and they blew a lead. And he was mad at me that I bet on him. He said I was jinx. He said fuck BeefLoaf. And that took out. And that was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
It was like hashtag fuck BeefLoaf 2022 or something. And it's been since then.
It's kept going since then. So very nice.
All right, our guy Jared says, can't believe I'm awake for this. Looking forward to the Punch the Monkey updates. Cheers and GFY.
It's just Punch Monkey.
Dude, look at Punch has been the highlight of the internet lately. I thought about bringing that up as my banter, but it's been everywhere already, so I don't want to cover it. It's already been covered so much. You know?
People are going to be really pissed when he gets fucking murdered by the gorillas or the monkeys that are in his cage.
They're assimilating. What's going to happen is he's going to end up being the alpha at some point, and then he's going to cause some trouble. That's his arc. And then he becomes the villain at the end.
Like when Punch is cornholing other monkeys.
I hate that it's going to go that way. Right now, he's the hero, and he's going to stay the hero for a while, but eventually he might become the villain. I'm very worried about it.
Beef's like that guy that he seems to really like that comes in the cage. He's going to rip his face off. That's what's going to happen.
The guy that gave him his little stuffed animal, he's going to rip his testicles off and shove them in his ears.
Nothing like a Thursday night with the 108. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely. The comments are rocking and rolling right now. They're ready. I think that's the key tonight, man. They want to check him out. So
I ain't surviving that. The monkeys are animals,
punches.
Dude. No. There's no way.
We've talked about this before. We've talked about this before. We don't think any of us have a good chance against any type of primate. They would just fuck us up.
No, even diabetic MSS wouldn't have.
I feel like somehow, like even like one of those like sloths, like
if you could throw one of your dead legs at the monkey, that still wouldn't even help that much. I'm going to be honest with you. You know,
you really. Wow, thanks. You killing my legs off and everything. I have another triple cheeseburger, fat ass.
They want more titty talk in the Au Jus. We'll get some titty talk. There's some titties on the Au Jus sometimes. We take care of them. We don't talk about them, but they're there.
Pretty famous ones,
Some famous ones sometimes. Yes.
Beef, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm good. I had a bunch of different thoughts for banter, but because of the way we were talking about it before the show, I feel MySoxSummer is already engaged in this banter. So I saw this on the internet recently. Haley Welch, the Haktua girl. You guys remember her? She got really famous for that little clip. And then she had a podcast for a little bit. Then there was a coin, and she stole a bunch of money from people and disappeared for a while. She is apparently back now. Haktua is now selling those kind of pictures, and thus the prophecy has been fulfilled. Now, those kind of pictures is a little misleading. She's not on OnlyFans. She's on a site called FanFix. MSS, you wanna fill in the folks about what the FanFix is?
I just went and looked really quickly. They have a strict nude policy. A strict nude policy. Quick look. But she's charging $10, $15, or $100, and it's like it's near nude, not nude stuff. And on the onset, MSS is a little upset because he's like, MSS wants to see some titty, but this is the way you build a business, ladies. Like, you don't start off, like I was telling the boys, shoving everything in every hole and showing the world, because then there's nothing left. Like, you need to build up a little anticipation for the first time she shows a little, areola. And guys go, oh my God, we almost saw it, Like, you got to remember these things. Like, back in the day, like, you didn't have celebrity women, like, just showing everything all the time. That didn't exist. It was a tease. And we liked it. We liked the tease because the payoff when it happened was great. This is what's ruined some of these kids. This is ruining these kids. They're getting full bush right away. They don't even have to wait all night to hopefully get the bush like the fucking kids did in Revenge of the Nerds. The Tri-Lambs, they waited it out all night.
Oh, R.I.P. and peace. Hang on. You got R.I.P. and peace. That shit. Now, Mrs. Beef had a question in the comments. You said, how much did you pay MSS? $100. Let me cut you off right there. I was going to ask MSS if he would pay for her OnlyFans, but I know he would never pay because he's the guy who gets the deal. So would you find a secret link to her OnlyFans to take a look? That's really what I want to know. If she gets to the stage where it's OnlyFans, would you go out specifically and look for your secret links? You sent them to Chorizy and I before. Probably. I'm too afraid to click on them because I'm afraid I'll get 12 million viruses on my computer. But I know you want to pay for it. Would you do that? Would you go out and seek it out?
I would not pay for it. No.
I know you wouldn't pay for it.
I have a very strict no pay for porn policy. I don't do that. But we do have a friend, and I won't name his name, but he can't figure out how to order merch off our website, but figured out OnlyFans almost instantaneously one time. So I would expect him to maybe know where that is, and then like he'd hook
you don't need to be a member of Mensa to figure out which one of our friends that is, but you think he might hook you up, or you could go on one of your sketchy sites.
If he's into it, he might not be into it though. He'll be like, oh, I don't like girls that went viral, or something like that. He'll have some weird qualifier why he can't jack off to this girl, even though we know he's jacking off to this girl potentially.
Oh my goodness, there's a lot of JO in my man.
Well, I try.
So Beef, I posted this picture the other day. I don't know if you saw this.
Oh shit, is that Maradona?
So, that is Maradona, and like I posted it. I kind of felt like people didn't know what it was about when I posted it, because like I forget, it was like a Hall of Fame thing that I posted it to, and like very little reaction to it. I was like, maybe people, either everybody knows the story or people don't know the story, and so they didn't quite get what's going on here. So this is like, I'm gonna lay it on you guys and see if you enjoy yourselves with the story. But this is in Argentina. This is back obviously a while ago, and the Oasis is touring. They're playing a big show in Argentina. They go to this place afterwards. They're drinking and stuff, and they see like this whole group of people come in, like this mob of people, and they just like go right by and go upstairs. But Maradona's in there. Like it's his crew going up there.
Okay,
and so the brothers are like, hey, can we go up there and check this out? And they're like, just Noel and Liam. No, the rest of you got to stay down here. And so they were like,
rest of the band, only the
they're like, yeah, you cast and crew, stay down here. We're fucking going up. So they go up, and it's just this wild fucking scene, like people doing cocaine all over the place and getting fucked up. And there's like naked women running around and stuff. He's like, they were probably all prostitutes. He's like, and they're just like running around. He's like, and they just want to like get a picture with Maradona. Yeah. And so they go over and get a picture, and they're like, we got to get out of here. It's kind of like, it's a weird scene. And they go and take a picture. They take this picture with Diego Maradona, and then he turns, and then his guy comes up to them, and he's like, Maradona said that if you guys leave with any of his women, he's gonna get you killed. And they're like, all right, we'll see you later. Wow.
It's a good thing we don't even like women.
Serious,
all right, we're leaving.
One World Cup, man. Take it easy.
MSS, pay some bills. We got our guest here.
Yeah. I saw that. I was not thinking. Of course. Lent is just around the corner, and while you're giving something up, you shouldn't have to give up flavor. Whether you're observing Lent or just looking for the best catch in town, Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp has your Friday and every other day covered. From our legendary jumbo shrimp to our perfectly seasoned fried catfish, we've been serving up the city's favorite seafood since 1950. It's crispy, it's golden, and it's always Jesus approved. After all, he knew a thing or two about a good fish dinner. Remember, Lawrence's has 4 convenient locations for all your holiday feasting needs. 2120 South Canal Street, 3242 West 87th Street in Evergreen Park, 50 South Manheim Road in Hillside, 3248 Vollmer Road in Olympia Fields. Order ahead to avoid the wait at chicagoshrimp.com. And remember what Jesus said to his followers. Follow me and I will make you fishers of men. But if you're just hungry, go to Lawrence's.
All right. He is the host of the pre- and post-game White Sox shows on CHSN, as well as the host of the White Sox podcast. He is our Chuck Garfien. Chuck, welcome to the show, man. Good to have you back after a long time.
Yes.
It is great to see you. I got to start with this. MySoxSummer. High five. Can I get a high five?
Yeah.
That's an inside joke, or maybe it's outside joke. Maybe some people know about that. I don't know.
He complained about it on the show. He complained about the lack of high fives. Yeah, no, he did already. Yes.
I complained about it on Twitter because all these guys are coming out, and I was like, oh, the broadcast crew loves me. They're going to high five every one of you. You don't high five me. Brooke Fletcher, I understand why she doesn't high five me. I get that. But Connor McKnight, like, who does he even think he is that he can't give me a high five?
In your defense, usually when MSS has his hand out, it's for like some free stuff. So I get why you didn't even acknowledge it.
Smart not to high five. No, absolutely.
I'm just gonna say this here, right now. I'm gonna admit it publicly. Before I went out there, I said to myself, if I see MySoxSummer, I'm totally big time in his ass.
Yeah.
I respect that. I love that and respect that. We're clipping that, Chorizy.
I gotta be honest with you. I mean, I think you understand, like, when you walk out there, there's just people. I don't even know what I'm even looking at. I'm like, hi. I didn't know you were out there. If I knew you were there, I would have looked for you.
You know what's funny? You say that, Chuck, but my daughters were right next to me, and they got 97 T-shirts from all the people because they came out. They're like, "Oh, 2 cute kids here have a T-shirt." Maybe they just don't. They don't see me because they see the little beauties next to me, and they're like, "Yeah, there you go."
Maybe what I was doing was I wasn't looking at the people in the front row. I wanted the people in the cheap
back
seats. I was looking
at
boy.
Man of the people.
That's
man of the people. Exactly.
The regular folk. I believe it.
It's okay. Now, you're forgiven. You're forgiven.
Now, before we get into any serious questions, Chuck, my wife and I share the same sentiment. You're so tan right now, and I'm jealous as fuck, man. It's got to be nice in Arizona right now, right?
Okay. So it is. It's. Whenever I'm here and I'm talking to people in Chicago, I try to not talk about the weather because I know what it's like to be in Chicago in the winter, and there are people somewhere warm, and it pisses me off. But you asked. The high today was like 88 degrees.
Oh, that's so nice.
And I put like 65 on my face every day. There's a lot of sun, and
it is.
I got some of that Jewish skin, and
nice. It looks good. Huh?
Yeah. So I've got a little glow going on. Thanks, I appreciate it. But yes,
that's good.
The weather is good here in Arizona.
Love it.
Chuck, something that's been a long time on the internet is this picture of you in the section with us holding up this beautiful sweatshirt. Just for the people who continually ask us about this, can you just settle this once and for all? Was there a gun pointed at your back to take this picture?
It was a knife.
Yeah. It's way more believable that way too.
One of those plastic ones that you can get through security. We know.
It's like the shiv in prison.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed coming to see you. Why was there a big joke about that, by the way? I don't understand it.
I don't know. It just like we
our fans harass us. That's why, Chuck.
We put that
no matter what, they love us, but they can't stop giving us shit all the time.
Yeah.
And so that was like the sentiment. Like, what did you guys do? You know, you got them tied up and bound there.
It's a hostage photo. It's like everybody made it a hostage photo. So.
Now, Chuck,
go ahead, below.
I wanted to ask you about this. Your work with Ozzy on the pre and post game show is top notch, and it's like every Sox fan loves that. And there was a time when that was more entertaining than the goddamn games, and people would look forward to that. You're Ernie Johnson-esque with him, the way Ozzy operates. What's your approach to get the best out of Ozzy when you know you're going into doing pre, especially post, because you get after the game?
Well, I mean, if you put my name in the same sentence as Ernie Johnson, I mean, that is a compliment and a half. I mean, he's like next level. So, but I do what I am trying to do. I'm not thinking of Ernie Johnson, but that is my job, is to drive the show and don't drive it off a cliff. And there's a lot of things that go on in a show. What I do, I'll just speak for myself. What I do is I'm always like doing whatever I can to be prepared. Anyone who's ever worked with me, I really work on preparation so that when the show starts, I am chill. I'm relaxed because I know I'm ready for the show. So it's a combination of information and then improvisation. Okay. I need to be open and present to whatever Ozzy says, to whatever happens in the game, whatever might come to my head, and be open and willing to take the show any direction possible. And I like that high wire act of the pregame show and the postgame show. It's even more so on the post, but we could plan a pregame show. And by the way, we have great people at CHSN behind the scenes who I'll come in with thoughts on a show or thoughts on what we might want to do. And then they share their thoughts and we just have a great thing going and it ends up on the air. But many times, like we have a show, it's a pregame show, the game happened the night before, and Ozzy has a thought that just pops in his head, and all of a sudden the show's going to go that way. And I'm going to go that way, and everybody will do the same. So with me and Ozzy, there's a trust factor, there's a friendship. Yeah. And, you know, I know how to push his buttons. He knows how to push mine, and we will go wherever the show needs to go. And he'll say things just off the cuff during a game, and I'm like, that's good stuff. That's for the show. And then we save it for the show. Or we talk about it, and then we still talk about it on the show. So, you know, I've got a great partner. There's so many. I'm just lucky. He's a former player, former manager, current comedian. He's just so funny.
I was going to ask about the watching during the game when you're watching. How much of the observation of like, what's he really getting into, and then does it pop in your head like, okay, there's where I'm going to drive him to that spot or whatever. It does sound like you do capture a lot of that stuff just from when you guys are watching the game together.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of stuff that's just built in that, you know, I'm always looking for. But, you know, he sees the game. I mean, I'm probably playing checkers and he's playing chess. And he has a lot of thoughts about the things that I would never see, ever see. But because I spend a lot of time with him, I now like, I don't want to like say I know a lot about baseball, but I've gotten a PhD in baseball just watching with him, with Frank, with Pods, so that I start to see and think and even feel like players do only because, I mean, I never played the game, but only because I've been around these guys and I listen, and I'm always listening to what he's saying because he has so much knowledge of the game that he doesn't even, I don't want to say he doesn't realize, but he doesn't sometimes even recognize that he's saying things that I'm just a sponge. I'm like, that's for the show. That's for the show. That's for the show. And I want to put it on the air because I know if I'm excited about it or interested in it, you guys, all White Sox fans are going to be interested in it. Oh, by the way, I have a drink here too.
Oh yes! Cheers, Chuck. Cheers. Love it.
Yeah. That's a big one too.
Good looking.
I went to the CVS. I was just looking for one beer. I got a big one.
I love it. They don't sell the single serves in like 12 ounces, man. You gotta get your money's worth, right?
Get my money's worth.
There you go. You got to drink that fast before it gets warm, though.
Now, Chuck, you also do the White Sox podcast. And so throughout the year, you get many, many hours of material from players, and you have to generate that. And sometimes, you know, players vary in the amount of personality that they have. So when you're looking at this team, and there's probably some fringe guys on the team may or may not make the team, who's the guy you're rooting for to make this team purely for the interviews? Like this is gonna be a guy I could go to all season, just a ton of personality.
I got two off the top of my head. All right. One is a veteran and one is a rookie. Who do you want first?
Give us the veteran first. I'm interested to see the veteran.
The veteran is Mundelein native Ryan Borucki.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This guy?
Bullpen guy.
Yes.
He's not just from Mundelein. He was a fish out of water in the northern suburbs because he is a die-hard White Sox fan.
Wow.
So much so that he rattled off. I was just talking to him, and luckily I got this on camera. He knew the entire 2005 lineup for the White Sox.
Nice.
And then he rattled off.
Who?
He rattled off the rotation. What's that?
I saw was he like 2 years old in 2005?
He was like 8, like a real good age, actually.
Yeah.
And he rattled off the starting rotation. He added Bobby Jenks. I think he might have said Neil Kotz. I mean, he knows White Sox baseball. He's like you. He could be on this show with you guys and just go deep into the White Sox. So the fact that, he's been in the league for 8 years, mainly with the Blue Jays. He's a non-roster invitee, great talker. And I was looking at his splits against lefties last year. Lefties batted like 117 against him.
Oh, man.
Righties batted well over 300. But he's a good soundbite. Just to have like a White Sox fan, like die-hard White Sox fan on the White Sox, like bring that on. And then Tanner McDougal.
Oh, of course. I wanted to guess
rookie,
that because I was like, it's got to be Tanner.
Yeah,
oh, man.
He is the man. He's throwing 99. He's throwing 100. Spring training games. Like, remember when once upon a time, like 5 years ago, 3 years ago, guys would show up at spring training and they'd ease into their velocity. Yeah. Ease into it. First outing, he's throwing 99 and 100. And he's a guy, watch out for him because he's not, maybe he ends up being a bullpen piece on this team this year, but he's a starter.
Yeah.
And he had a really bad year 2 years ago. Had Tommy John, I think 3 years ago. But last season, it all kind of came together for him. He was in Double-A. Like, he's going to start in Triple-A, I believe. Well, he will definitely not make the major league team, or I shouldn't say there's no definite, but he's not expected to. But he will be, if he keeps pitching like this, he'll be knocking on the door this year to make it to the majors sometime this year.
I love it. Yeah, we got a chance to interview him ourselves. And yeah, it was at Sox Fest. And like, I'm telling you, if we could have just dragged him right to the Sox Fest after party, we would have done it. But I don't.
You would have loved it too.
I don't think they would have let us do any more interviews ever again. So
yeah, and I'm kind of like burying the lead. He was on stage at Sox Fest and he had to drink a shot of Malort.
Yep.
Yes.
Not only did he drink it, he liked it.
Yeah.
He's a real one. That's right. Love it.
Do you guys like Malort? Do you really?
Yeah, it's fine.
If you're gonna do a shot, I'd rather do that than like a JMO or a
no, give me some Jaeger. I'll take some Jaeger.
Okay, I'm not turning down.
Yeah.
I'm not turning it down a shot of Malort.
I'm more of a Fireball. Like
I love Fireball too.
Fireball's okay. Yeah.
It actually tastes like something I'd want to drink.
Do you want to actually drink it?
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait to do shots of Fireball with Chuck in 2026. That's going to be.
I'll do that.
We got a couple 2-3 stories about Fireball for you, but we want to talk to you. We want to hear from you. So we'll do that at the park soon. We'll give you those stories. But so when you're talking to all these players and like recently I've heard, you're talking to some of these guys and asking them about the new coaching staff, Ryan Fullers of the world and stuff. And there's some things like that you start to hear like, oh, they communicate really well, or they can explain this to me really well. Is a lot of that just kind of like player speak, or have you seen an actual shift from the Grafal era to Venable era about the way they talk about the coaches?
Oh, the way they talk about the coaches.
Yeah. The way the players talk about the coaches.
Okay.
You stumped them, Chorizo.
Let's just say the previous era, there was a lot of things that were not good, right? So yeah, I don't need to really get into the weeds on that. We all watched what happened.
Right.
What I can tell you is that there is a lot of respect that this current team has for Will Venable. And I mean, even like Jared Kelnick, who is a non-roster invitee, he may make the team, he may not make the team. He's been here for like 3 weeks, and I had him on my podcast last week, and he was like, he said the most glowing thing I've heard any player say about Will Venable. He said that what I love about Will Venable, I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but he said he's going to hold me accountable. He said that he is going to get the best out of me, and he is going to put me in the best position to succeed. And he's only been here for a few weeks. I think they like that he's played the game. I've heard that a lot. Right. He is comfortable in his skin. He commands respect, and they want to play for him. And I didn't get that same feeling about Pedro Grifol.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's meaningful because like it just does. You hear this stuff all the time with players, right? Like they know how to talk to the media and things like that. So you hear some of these things, but you know, if you're much closer to it. So if it really feels that way, that's good. I'm excited about that. That's something that we kind of hoped was the case, but it's great to hear.
People are asking me, okay, first off, I want to tell you what I'm hearing from White Sox fans. And I think it's probably what you are, even if not feeling, you are hearing too. People are excited about the team. Are you guys feeling that?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
More
much more. Yes.
Years.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're asking me about, now I'm getting, well, how are things going at spring training? And my joke, I always say, it's not really a joke, it's kind of serious, is like, I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid here, but oftentimes I chug it.
Yeah.
Because it's spring training. Like you just think about the possibilities.
Right.
And
right. It's all open. It's a new season.
Yeah. And I can't stop myself from feeling that. And then the season starts.
Yeah.
And then like all that spring training vibe can easily go away. But what I am seeing so far from this team is that they like each other. They want to play for each other, and they have very high expectations for themselves individually and for this team. And what happened at the beginning of the last year left a really bad taste in their mouths, and they love how they were able to come together last year. But I also heard this from one of the young guys. He said last year when we went 28-37 in the second half, we were just individually just trying to figure out Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to really like win games. I mean, yeah, they wanted to win, but they didn't really know how to win games as a unit. They were just like, I'm in the majors. Like, how do I like succeed up here?
Right.
And now that they've had a taste of it and they've had like some success as a team, as individuals, they feel like, okay, now we can take what we learned and really make a dent in what people's expectations might be for this team. Not much is expected from this team.
Right.
And these guys want to go out and prove a lot of people wrong. Is it going to happen? I will never guarantee anything. Yeah. But
fingers crossed.
there is the potential for these guys to take the field and surprise people in April. And have you looked at the April schedule? From a weather standpoint, this is probably the best April weather schedule for the White Sox I can remember. They start because like these guys, who wants to play in the cold? You need a little bit of a break.
Right.
Last year was the worst April schedule I've ever seen the White Sox play. They only had one warm weather series in April, and it was in Sacramento. They start in Milwaukee, then they go to Miami. They have 2 West Coast road trips, I believe, in April. You know, they could still have a terrible April, but you've got like that helps your offense. So I like that can help them get off to a good start because I've been praying for a good start for this White Sox team for a long time, and it's been rough.
Yeah.
Tough.
I think you just answered my question. I was going to ask you, can we get a spring training clubhouse vibe check? And I'm going to say that you're giving it like a 2 thumbs up, like kind of the vibes. And like I asked Scott Merkin this at our after party, but like he credited Davis Martin as like the leader, like bringing a lot of people together and just making the like things be fun again. Is there another guy out there that's like kind of bringing all the guys together to like get this vibe good? You know,
Davis has a big role with that. He's a pitcher. I've always wanted a vibe guy who's a position player because they take the field every day.
Right.
And that was in my opinion, a big downfall from the last regime, that they didn't have one of those uniters, those glue guys who's a position player. Right. Because as we saw the last era, like they were just kind of doing there was a lot of freestyle and doing their own thing. There was no one like bringing them together, holding this guy accountable, that guy accountable. And I mean, last year, I think Talkman had a role in that. Michael A. Taylor was huge in that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think Austin Hayes is going to be that guy for this offense this year. And if you look at what he's done, he did that in he was around it in Baltimore. And that team, if you look at it, they went from 110 losses to 83 wins to over 100 wins. Yeah. I'm not saying this is a thing going to happen with the White Sox, but he knows what it's like to turn the page. And he was with the Reds last year, and they were a young team, and he kind of fit that role of like looking out for guys. So I think he's going to play a big role this year.
Nice. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Now, Chuck, the Sox have a bunch of roster decisions to make, tough ones, in my opinion. Corey Lee, there's the outfield trying to get that group together, the bullpen. Do you think the fact that we're at this point in spring training, it's an overall sign of health for the organization, that there are position battles and there are talent around there where you're like, well, I don't know if they could fit all these guys on this roster?
So I think, yes, it's a sign of definitely better competition. Not a, I would say a like 90 win team competition. Let's be honest.
Correct.
I think they've done really good in the draft the last couple of years. And I think you don't know how these prospects are going to develop, but I would love if enough of these guys the last couple of years start pushing for AAA, you're going to see even better competition going forward. There's a lot of guys there by raising a lot of eyebrow raising I've been doing lately, but you're starting to see like Sam Antonacci, guys like that pushing the envelope, and even like this guy Tanner Murray.
He's looked great. Who is this guy?
Out of nowhere is like the king of the camp. Hit another home run today. Hit one against the Dodgers. I mean, he's playing great. He's going to give them depth at shortstop in AAA. White Sox haven't had that. It's been a while.
Right?
It's been a while.
Agree 100%, Chuck. I had to ask this because we've had him on the show here, and he's your old partner, Ryan McGuffey, friend or foe, and do you miss working with him?
Why would he be my foe?
Well, you're against each other. The recap show against the White Sox podcast. Okay. You're competitors now, Chuck, whether you like it or not. So that's why I got to ask the question.
Okay. Well, first off, if you remember, I don't know, maybe you didn't hear it. Our last podcast we did together, we were literally crying on the podcast, crying because we couldn't be together anymore. So he started his own podcast, and so that's I'm sorry, I'm getting texts from my wife here. Not about that.
She's saying she don't like Ryan McGuffey. I can't believe you said you like Ryan McGuffey.
I'd like to say that my wife is watching this right now. She's not.
That's not the truth.
But no.
Neither is my wife.
I worked with Ryan with Guff for 20 years. I got to work with him for 20 years. That is a gift. I worked with a lot of great people for 20 years at Comcast Sports and NBC Sports Chicago, and there were higher powers at play there that brought me to CHSN. He's now with David Kaplan, and he loves the Sox, loves to talk about them. So he's doing his own podcast. I'm happy for him.
Yeah,
love it. Chuck, we know you only got about a minute left, so I want to give you some rapid fire and then get you out of here. Right. So these are pretty Chicago based. All right. So this is a favorite mascot, Ribby and Rhubarb, or Southpaw?
All right. That's a tougher question than you
rapid fire.
I know. There's nuance to this. I grew up with Ribby and Rhubarb. I'll go Southpaw because
you're going to see him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get it.
Second baseman, Scotty Fletcher or Gordon Beckham?
Oof, that's Brooks' dad.
Yep.
That's Brooks' brother-in-law. You guys spent a lot of time on this. I'm going with Gordon Beckham because, he's my people. I like Gordon. I mean, I've known Gordon a long time. I'm going
great
Gordon.
hair too.
He's a good guy.
All right, fist fight: Mike Ditka or Pope Bob?
Like who wins it?
Who wins the fist fight? Yeah.
Current Mike Ditka?
Well, I mean, you could take it.
He's trying to find an angle on this one, Chorizo. He's trying to angle you out of this.
I'll go with the coach. I'm going with the coach.
That's a good call. Better fake ID, McLovin or Chuck Trilock?
Oh, Chuck Trilock all the time. Still in my wallet.
That's awesome.
Favorite non-Jordan Bulls player of the 90s?
Favorite non-Jordan player?
Bulls player of the 90s.
Yeah. I can go deep on this, but I'm going to go Craig Hodges.
Oh, I love it.
Like it.
3 points.
Good pull. Good pull.
Yeah.
And one last one. Favorite Hawkism?
Oh, man.
I'll go with what he's going to put on his tombstone. He gone.
Okay.
I use that all the time. He gone. He gone. Someone's walking down the street. Oh, he gone.
Hey, Chuck, before you go, I just want to say thank you from all of us for what you did for us on our bobblehead night. But you and Ozzy coming down there and then having the post game, and just that was just a great video. Your staff, like your crew, sent us the stuff, sent us a direct link to the video, and was just awesome for us. And I point to that every time people tell me how much they hate me on Reddit. I'm like, look at, Ozzy Guillen, the World Series manager, that one said he would sit in our section. So maybe you should come talk to us first before you tell me to go fuck myself. So like, I really appreciate that.
Was that directed
that
at me
video
or
is
Ozzy?
great. No, not you.
Random Reddit user.
Reddit people
Reddit
yelling
trolls, not you guys. You guys were awesome. And seriously, it was just like probably one of the most awesome parts of that evening. Like everyone was so excited you were there, but also just to have it and just feel like I felt like I did something. I did something good, and you guys commentate on it was just awesome. I'm appreciative.
Well, listen, you guys found a niche with what Listen, there's a lot of White Sox fans who love this team, and they love the party atmosphere,
right?
With baseball. And you guys tapped into something at the right time, and you've got a big following. And I follow you guys, and I appreciate what you do. The White Sox appreciate what you do. You got a damn bobblehead. I mean, come on.
Yep.
Chuck, man, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Chuck.
Yeah.
Hope the spring training and the whole season goes really well. And we'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks a lot.
We'll see you.
See you guys.
Care,
Thanks
Chuck.
for having me on.
Thanks, Chuck.
Right.
Be good, Chuck.
We should have harassed him
That was awesome.
to make sure that he says that he will come out to the 108 this year and broadcast, because he said that at the end of last year. But
he came on the show, man. You don't got to why gotta harass him about other stuff?
You're just asking for more free shit, Chorizo. This is
that's why you don't free shit. That's why you don't get a high five. That's exactly why. That's non-high fiving behavior right now.
I got a high five tonight, so that was enough for me. That was enough for me.
Let's get a couple drinks.
Take it easy.
Sorry, Trey, I didn't get this while Chuck was in there. We had a limited amount of time.
Yeah, we had limited time. Sorry about that.
But thank you, Trey. I appreciate it.
Trey, bless you.
Cheers, Trey. Trey's probably drunk, or not probably high, so you don't really care.
High. No,
like, he's probably
yeah. Yeah, there's no question.
He's enjoying a great Brooks Baldwin spring training. That's what he's.
Oh, he really is. Yeah, Brooks is killing it. So,
Chuck, thank you for the drink.
Oh, thanks, Chuck. Appreciate you.
From one Chuck to the next Chuck. Thank you, Chuck.
Double Chuck action.
And then our guy Joey P says, "Salud to a great 2026 season, Modelo gang." Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cheers, Joey.
I'm drinking their fancy product, so
that's how it do be.
Oh man, lost my place for a second there.
Now fall off your seat, kid.
Now MSS, we didn't get to you on banter because Chuck showed up. You got anything you want to talk about today?
I do, but I could save it to the GFY too. But let's just do this because I got a good GFY also. This week on 104.3, the sports station in Chicago, the Dustin, the guy that works with Mully and Haw, proposed.
Yeah, he's like their executive producer, right?
MSS, don't do this.
I'm doing it.
We're doing local look later.
Okay, then. Okay, good. I'm glad that it got cut out. Because I was, you know what? Chorizy, I was going to ask you this before the show. I was like, hey, does anybody have this for their local look? So, okay, I'm glad I didn't do it. So, no, I don't have any banter. No, it'll be a whole segment for you. All right, good.
I think it's time for a little bit of White Sox talk.
Oh, look at that MSS picture. Damn,
that's a great bobblehead. Got my crow's feet right on the
flow.
eyes and everything.
Look at the flow, though.
Oh, dude. I wish my hair looked like that.
MSS looks as happy as he looks in this. I feel he looks kind of tough in his bobblehead. Form.
Yeah, you're right. You know? That was high MSS, and the bobblehead was drunk MSS. Drunk MSS is a tough looking guy. No, absolutely.
I still get drunk.
He looks high right there.
I just have to have the whole next day off to make sure that I don't have to do anything because I just get extremely hungover.
Laying in bed or on the couch
of course. So
MSS,
cool.
Give me your way too early thoughts on Murakami.
So this was something that I had to like really think about because I haven't watched a ton of games, and then he was out today, of course. And so I just signed up for my CHSN free thing as a season ticket holder and MLB TV. So I've been throwing it in the car and then kind of going in and out while I'm at pickup because the games start about 2:00, and that's usually when I go to do pickup. Now, my early thoughts are he's going to bring some eyes to this team that normally wouldn't be on the team. We know that, right? He also has a different flair out there when he's playing that we haven't really seen from some of the guys at first base. Now, here's why he's different than say like an Andrew Vaughn that was out there, or any other somebody trying to prove themselves in spring training. He's already a proven star. He's a bona fide fucking star in a different league, but now he's going and trying to prove himself at a different level. And I think that in itself brings along a lot of new, fun, exciting things to watch. Because you have a guy that he's a rookie, right? It's like Jose Abreu, going out there, and he's got some of the motivation out there just to go out and say, I'm going to smash the shit out of this fucking ball. I'm going to play my ass off, and I'm going to leave it out on the field for at least the next year, 2 years, and then, do what he does after that. But you got 2 years to really show him what you got. And I think that's something that is exciting. And that's what I'm kind of looking forward to.
I had to bring up this comment. It sort of looks like Lorenzo Lamas.
He does. It does look like Lorenzo Lamas in a bobblehead.
A little bit there.
We do not align politically for those at home. I just want to make sure that is very. Let's state that
you guys are not on the same side of the.
Not on the same page. We probably started at the same page, but he kind of started drinking the Kool-Aid.
So you're saying he didn't watch the Kid Rock halftime show? I agree. MSS about the eyes for sure. There's going to be a lot more people watching, and it's kind of crazy right now because you've got him in Glendale where he's right across from the Dodgers, and so the media is just swarming that kid.
Yeah, it's like the Sox have media. It's like the Sox have a beetle on their fucking team, and that's how big it is right now. You see we're not even getting the full breadth of it, but you'll see a picture. And it's there's 60 people around this guy. They're not 60 people at Sox spring training games in total. And they're all hanging around Murakami to talk to him. And he's it's no big deal. He's used to it. That's what I kind of love, guys.
Yeah.
He's used to it. It's this is no big deal. I'm a star where I come from. If all these people want to talk to me, cool. And he, like you mentioned, MSS, he has a cool personality too. He's fun. He has fun with it. So there's no concerns. He's not flying off the handle. He loves having all this attention.
Yes. And I think Sports Mockery's own Missy Carroll, Southside Behavior, said it too. They can learn something from the Japanese media of how they're covering him to kind of make this a little more exciting. You don't just put up a tweet every 3 days and be like, oh, you hit that one to the moon, or whatever. You can do some more fun shit. You take a risk. Maybe say something, it doesn't have to be fucking you guys. I used to do this too in the 108 stuff. I would be I need to be real serious on something, or it has to be like this. And it's you don't have to do that for everything. You can have a little fun and just fucking throw it out there. And I'm you know what? You're fucking kind of right. So I think that's something they can learn. They can take something away from that and have some fun with this, for the next year, 2 years. So, yeah.
Beef, other than just his calm demeanor, what do you think early on?
Well, I think he's kind of what was advertised. I mean, there's been 13 plate appearances so far, Chorizo. He's got 5 hits, so he's got a good batting average, two doubles out of it. He hasn't homered yet.
5 Ks.
So. Well, that's what I was getting to. No walks, which is a little surprising because he walked a bunch when he was in Japan. 5 Ks. And his 5 hits, materially, they're all missiles. Like, he hit the shit out of the ball, 100 mile per hour, exit velocities, everything. So it's hitting the fuck out of the ball or striking out a lot of the time. Yeah, that's kind of what it's going to be for the whole year. Now, Arizona juices up a little bit, and yeah, it's a real small sample size, but like what we've seen thus far, I just kind of feel like, yeah, okay, that's kind of what we're expecting here, you know, like, and there's nothing right or wrong with it. So, interesting as he heads off to the World Baseball Classic as we get this little glimpse. And I know White Sox fans will be watching him closely as he's there. I mean, with the closeness that the White Sox fans have been watching spring training in general, at least on White Sox Twitter, you know they're going to be all over those games in for the Team Japan in the World Baseball Classic. We'll see what we get out of him there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing I have to add to that is that this has also just been him just warming up to go do that. Right. So, like, this is not, you know, it's not, we're not seeing max effort Murakami right now. We're just seeing him go out there and kind of like make sure he's prepped and stretched out and ready to go to play in the World Baseball Classic. So I'm excited that he's playing in it. I'm excited that we have players in it because I am a hell of a lot more interested in watching World Baseball Classic than I am watching spring training. So, like,
before we move on, we didn't get to it with Chuck, but Chuck had a good interview with Ryan Fuller recently where they were talking about the trajectory machine, and they were asking about Mune. And Mune, apparently, in Japan, all the tech they had was like a standard pitching machine that threw 70 miles an hour.
That shocked me. That shocked me when he was like, what do they call it? The Iron Mike or something? And he's all they had, and I was like, I don't know if it's still the case, and maybe I'm just or it's not the case anymore, and I'm just like out of it. But like, I've always felt like Japan, for most of our lives, has always been on the cutting edge of technology.
Right. Yeah.
So like, I assumed he was going to say, well, they have some really cool shit over there. But like, it's like, no, he's got like the thing that's at Sluggers upstairs. Like, that's, I mean, like what?
Your drunk ass can hit off the same stuff he's training on. Like,
it only throws 70 miles per hour? What the fuck?
All of us can get good hacks on that.
I was absolutely shocked by that.
But they said that he loves it. He's like he has really embraced working on it and working on velocity and everything else. So it'd be interesting to see the glow up potential.
Yeah. What about you, Chorizy? What have you like noticed, picked out?
Well, that's what I was saying. The only thing that I've noticed is that just like he's just getting ready for the World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
Like, you know, I don't have a lot other than the stuff you guys already talked about because
yeah. Well, there's not a lot to do.
Like 5 days of footage here.
Yeah.
But who are you guys looking at this spring training that like you're really concentrating on? Do you want to take a long look at it, dude? Beef, I'll start with you.
Aussie. Oi. I'm going for Joseph Hashem, World Series of Poker champion. It's obvious favorite player on the White Sox, Curtis Mead. He had a home run today, but he's one of these guys, Chorizy. We talked about it. You were on the Zoom. We talked about some of like the fringiness of the roster because there's all these guys that are out of options, but that the Sox traded for. They brought the guys here and they said, hey, we like you. We want you. And now you're out of option. It's like, you got to battle for this roster spots. And Mead is definitely not like on track to start anywhere. Like, he would most likely be ready to start at third, but because you brought Mune in, you move Miguel Vargas over to third. He doesn't kind of have a spot there. He doesn't have platoon advantage. He's a right-handed hitter. So he like, there's not like an easy fit for him on the roster, but he is one of these guys that was a top 30 prospect at some point in Tampa. He has the high bat speed, which the White Sox have been looking for, kind of add more power. And he's never really unlocked this power, right? So you think, okay, get him with the hitting guru. Can we do something here? And so like, he's one of the guys where, like you mentioned earlier, spring training is fucking meaningless generally, but he's a guy like his 40 or 50 plate appearances in spring training, meaningful to me, at least from seeing like, does he have a shot at making the team?
Yeah, that was actually Beef. That was gonna be mine. I'll have another one, but like that was gonna be mine because one, get to watch him in the World Baseball Classic, but two is that like him being good is gonna cause chaos, and I just love it. Like, I want to see like what happens if he's good. What are they gonna do? What how are they gonna do this? And like, what if he's good and like Lenine is good in spring training? Like, you're in a weird spot. So yeah, I think that could be a lot of fun.
And that's why I was asking Chuck too. Is like these are good problems to have. If these guys or kind of options are all good, you got to maneuver the roster and figure out how to keep all the guys you want. And so I hope Curtis Mead is one of those guys because what we really need to stack is hitters. Like a lot of people want to get rid of Lenyn Sosa. You can't do that yet. We don't have enough hitters to get rid of Lenyn Sosa. Someday we're going to be able to get rid of him. And maybe that day's coming soon if we can stack him, but we'll see what happens.
Old guy at the gym goes, hey, I was looking at the roster, and what are we going to do with that Lenyn Sosa guy? He's good for 20 home runs a year. I go, well, he was last year. I go, but he hadn't done that before. So I go, if Lenyn don't get out the gate and start hitting the shit out of the ball, he's fucked. Like he's going to be, it's going to be a very tough place because there is no place for him to play anymore, So yeah, that was something that came up, but my
MSS, who's the guy you're looking at though?
This is going to sound weird because it's a guy that we've seen before and we've seen him out there and we kind of know what he can do, but I got to see what the extent of what he can do this. And it's Brooks Baldwin. Because we need a guy that is going to be able to play the position. Brooks got trotted out there last year when Louis went down, and he was playing. And he was fine. He was serviceable. But can he take that next step? He hit a home run. He's got that power capable. He's power capable out there for even just because he looks like
he looks so young, right? He looks like a kid.
It's just a little guy.
Every time I see him, I was like, this motherfucker.
That's what's funny about him.
I know.
Yes. He went to my high school and he drove an S10 pickup and that was too big for him. Like that's just who he is.
But he's actually big though. He's actually tall.
He just looks,
I know.
For some reason, he just looks
crazy. But he can smash the shit out of the ball. So I just got to see if he can continue to do this. That I need, to see him hit the home runs, to make the plays in the outfield, because that is a position that outfield chaos, Loaf. He can win that. He can win that position
absolutely
easily. So that's the guy that I'm like, he's got a track record. Let's just stick with this guy.
It's super interesting because even though like you're hearing about Acuna playing out in center field, and it sounds like Acuna could play center field. Like if Baldwin can step up the defense and look better than last year, which I assume he will. Like I assume that there should be improvement, especially if they let him concentrate there a little bit. I think he's very interesting, but the thing about it is he's the strong side of the platoon in that scenario. So if they were to go, okay, we're gonna play you both in center field, Baldwin's gonna get more plate appearances. And so he's gonna have a chance to make more of that than Acuna is going to at the position. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Like things like Derek Hill, though, could like blow that situation up. Like there's all kinds of scenarios.
That's a good point, Chorizy, because it's something we brought up on the Anjou about the numbers game. And Brooks Baldwin, despite, in my opinion, being one of the 26 best players the White Sox have in camp right now, he has minor league options. And a lot of these guys don't have minor league options. So it's possible, if he's not playing really well, that the White Sox can say, well, okay, well, you go to Charlotte for a while or whatever, and we got a numbers game, we're going to keep these guys. I don't want them to do that to him. He was good enough last year, especially in the second half. 124 WRC plus against right-handed pitching, Chorizo, MSS. That's damn good. I'm going to be honest with you. That is actually good. We need more of that on this team. And so I don't want him to get squeezed out by the numbers game. I'm with MSS. I need to see him play well in the spring training for sure.
Yep.
But what's funny is you keep a lot of these outfielders, it's going to squeeze out your guy Curtis Mead pretty quickly because
I know.
Not a lot of bench spots there. So Curtis Mead is interesting to me, but a guy that's interesting to me because he's a reliever. He's in a strange position right now because he was a Rule 5 pick, but he also has electric stuff, but has never pitched above high A. There's a lot going on with Alexander Alberto, and it makes him intriguing because it's like, can this guy jump from high A to a major league pitcher? And they kind of have incentive to make that happen because the only way they get to keep him is if he actually performs. So there's a situation here where we might get to see this guy make just an absolutely gigantic leap across systems and be on the roster. And the fun thing about it is that, like, as opposed to Paez, who I think probably has a better chance of making the roster, Paez has elite control. Like, it's like he's not going to walk anybody. There's some value there. It's nice. It's the kind of guy you want on a good team. But Alberto has the opportunity to be the kind of like strike everybody's ass out, and bases are loaded. He comes in and strikes everybody's ass out because he's just if the slider's working or whatever, he's gonna dominate. So I'm interested in seeing what this is. It might not work out. They might just send him back and say, well, sorry, here's $50,000 to, I think it's to the Rays, right? He came from. Here's 50 grand back, like that, and that's it. And that's all we ever see of him. Yeah. But it's interesting. It's one of the more interesting storylines to me of the spring training.
Nice. Good thoughts, fellas.
All right. Want to pay some bills there?
I absolutely will.
They say the best things in life are a gift from above. Now we know Jesus walked everywhere he went, but if he were looking for an upgrade today, he'd be pulling into Mazda of Orland Park. Why? Because a Mazda is built for a higher standard. With beyond standard safety features, you get a little divine intervention on every corner. And our iActive all-wheel drive means you're always on solid ground. No walking on water required. Need to transport the whole ministry? The Mazda CX-90 has 3 rows of premium seating, giving the apostles plenty of legroom and enough cargo space for all the loaves and fishes you can carry. It's elegant, it's humble, and its soul of motion design is truly a blessing. Visit Mazda of Orland Park at 8910 West 159th Street in Orland Park. Schedule a test drive online or by calling 708-444-3200. Experience the drive that's truly heaven sent. Mazda of Orland Park. Higher standards, heavenly rides.
All right, boys. It's time for the local look.
How's your tweed suit? How's your tweed suit these days?
I put some elbow pads on it to really bring it up a notch. Yeah,
go over at IIT and talk to the young co-eds and tell them how good you are.
I walked by IIT the other day, and like some of the, I think these are no longer used dorms over there, but I like walked by them and I was like, oh my God, these are shitholes, man.
They really need to upgrade over there.
That's where the rats live.
That's my local look this week. What the fuck, IIT? Well, MSS, you were going to get in on this, so I'll just start off.
Sure. Yeah.
This is just a statement in general to the media out there. Stop saying that wherever the Bears don't move, the fucking White Sox should move. This is the laziest version of reporting on anything. They're like, oh, it doesn't sound like the Bears are going to go there. What if the White Sox went there?
Why should do this, sir?
Why would the White Sox go to Arlington? We had this conversation last year. This has already been decided as a stupid idea, and the Score's trotting it out again. They're like, oh, hey, what if if the Bears aren't going to take Arlington, maybe the Sox should. Why would the Sox move as far as possible away from their fan base?
It's ridiculous.
Just go to Nashville if you're going to do that. Like, what the fuck?
Nashville might be closer than Arlington Heights. I mean,
it's at least south. It's at least we're going south.
I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure it might be closer.
I agree 100% with you here, and I think it's latching onto this broader thing with regards to like sports talk radio. And I don't want to compare it, but I'm going to compare it.
Do it.
If you ever listen to Pardon My Take, which, that's here in Chicago. That's actually done here in Chicago. I know it's a little more of a national thing or whatever, but Dan Katz, Big Katz, a Chicago transplant, been here for a long time and considers himself a Chicago guy. The iterations of ideas they have on stuff is so much further than anything you ever hear on the sport, especially on the new FM station. There's just no permutations, just no creativity, just no nothing. It's just like lowest common denominator, fire. And that's like upsetting, like, because that's not what it used to be. It was not that. But it's become that somehow. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's just the clips I see, but it seems like it's become that. It's like there's a lot better ways to do this, a lot better ways to treat your fan base that they have some brains at all. Like, that would be helpful.
Well, people keep trying this out. And Chorizy, I actually was going to go not in a different direction, but like they have this guy Justin, who's their producer in the morning, he wasn't suggesting that if the Bears don't go to Arlington Heights that the Sox should go there. He was suggesting they should go there with the Bears, and the Bears would be there. And then he was saying, well, because then the all the entertainment venues around there will get used 100 times a year versus 20 times a year. And I was gonna be like, what the fuck, bro? So the Sox should come in and play second fiddle so that the Bears entertainment district should be better? Yeah, fuck all the people that are around Sox Park now. Fuck those guys. They don't who gives a shit about them? And then saying we should build more stuff here. I mean, listen, entertainment districts that are in sports areas are fucking hard to keep moving when the sport isn't going. Wrigleyville, when the Cubs aren't playing, does okay, but a lot of them bars they get their nut in 6 months, and then they got to live on the next 6 months. So it's a totally different thing. I just thought that was the goofiest fucking thing I had heard. Now the going to Indiana thing I think has more legs until you hear the part where they're like, well, we need a profit share from the team coming in to pay back the money that we're loaning you to build this stadium. And I was like, who the fuck is going to do this? It's never worked that way. This is not, no one's ever going to do this. No sport gets in there and says, yeah, you know what? We're going to give you some money. We'll take your money, but we're not giving you any money back. So I just don't see that. And I'm tired. I'm tired of it, but it's not going to stop. It's going to, the next thing will come up and it'll be like, oh, the Sox are going to move there. Let's have the Sox. I mean, we might have heard that the 78 is still in play, and that is almost a more ridiculous statement too. It's like, where the fuck is what's just happening if the Fire actually
when they build over the river? When they put the enclosure over the river,
they're gonna. So the Fire are gonna have a dome, and then the Sox are gonna play on top of it.
On top of it,
we're building up. Nice.
So the stackable stadium idea, Chorizy, that's where you really get rich. That's
with and then the parking lots on top of all of it. We're skyscraper city, we build up, baby. We
build up. You're right. The zoning, no problem. You can keep going up if you want to go up. That's good.
Parking lot's going to be the second tallest building in Chicago after the Willis Tower.
Me. I'm all for it. I got a bunk couch in my front room. We go.
78 would be fine. I mean, it'd be an Uber ride, but it'd be fine. I mean, I don't think we're going there, but
it's not happening.
I don't know where they'd fit quite with the soccer stadium. So exactly. Maybe on the river. Maybe we'll float it. We'll float it. We'll just put it right underneath Lawrence's. They could throw a shrimp down from there, right in the right field, man.
That would be fun.
Absolutely lovely.
I'd run that boat ride.
I didn't have a lot more than that on that one, fellas.
Nice.
It's just, it
is. I mean, there's come on now. Come on now.
Yeah, no. I just didn't want to be like, oh, we'll bring the Sox in to sell all the fucking shit later. We're gonna shit on them 24/7 and then go, hey, come in here and make this happen. Yeah.
I just joined you all talking stackable stadiums.
MSS. What's your local look?
Boys, I fucking wrote a blog today, and it's the first time I wrote a blog in a very, very long time.
Yeah, we noticed.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, I haven't been inspired, and so I got so back in 2019, the Chicago White Sox hosted an inaugural Chi Sox Craft Beer Fest at Wright Field, and we were one of the featured people there that did not have a beer, and then was not an actual brewery, but there was actually more. They say 35 breweries, but there was more than 35. There was at least 37 that I could remember and have found. And it was a great time. We had a good time out there and we got hammered. And then
yes, we did.
And then 2020 happened and it fucking ended. And not only did it end the Chi Sox Craft Beer Fest, it also, I'm getting to you, dickhead. I hear, so not only did it end that, but it ended a lot of the beer companies or beer breweries that were at this event. Now, a friend of the 108 who just nicely responded and said, thank you, you're welcome. Matt Ramsey sent me a text lamenting that Weiner Beer Company, which is right up the street for here, down on the 43rd or 45th, had just closed up shop or was closing up shop. So it got my brain thinking, and I said, how many breweries from that that Chicago or the Chi Sox craft beer thing had closed since like that event. So I went and looked up. I went to the great internet, Al Gore's greatest thing that he ever gave us. And I went through and just Googled all these places to see if they still existed. All right. So here's the list. 350 Brewing closed in 2022. 3 Floyd's still open. 5 Rabbit Brewing closed. 18th Street Brewing open. Aleman closed in 2022. Alulu Brewing open. I've never even heard of them. Ballast
I've
Point
been there many times. Yeah.
Closed in Chicago, but they're still open, like nationwide. Bing & Gavel, which I remember was like a judge that was the first brewer, and they're in an old courthouse. Shockingly, still open. Blue Nose Brewing, they closed early in 2021. Collective Arts Brewing is open, but they're in Canada. Goose Island, still open. Guncraft Beer, closed. Half Acre Beer, open. Horse Thief Hollow, still open. Illuminated Brew Works closing June 26th. That just came out yesterday. Well, I was like doing the blog, like they got in there. So as JT or Jackie Treehorn just said, should I read the whole list? I guess I don't need to read the whole list if you don't want it. But I thought some of these things were good. Imperial Oak is open. Klingschlager Brewing open. Lagunitas closed their Chicago location. Low Res closed. Maplewood open.
Low Res, yes.
Open. Metal Monkey Brewing closed in 2023. Moody Tongue is still open. Motor Row, once looked at as a possible site to have a 108/Sox Machine event, closed in 2020. They didn't even make it out of the pandemic. Noon Whistle still open.
I blame Nelson
Thank
for that.
God. Noon Whistle so good. Pipeworks still open. Pollyanna open. Rabid Brewing open. Ravinia closed because their name got taken over by the actual concert venue, and they were pissed. So they are closed. Revolution Brewing open. Short Fuse Brewing just closed in 2026. Surly Brewing is still open. 1090 Brewing, which one is the MSF's fave, they closed in 2024. Tribes closed in 2023. Twisted Hippo is closed, their brewery, but they are still brewing beer on it somewhere else. Two Brothers Brewing is open, and Weiner Beer is closing in 2026. Now, final results. 20 of these places are still open. 17 are closed. And it's almost a 50-50 thing. Now, here's where you guys come in. I got my own reasons for why that these like breweries have been closed and what happened. The saturation of craft beer in the Chicago market was something that was insane. And I bought it hook, line, and sinker, and I loved it. And I used to come to the beef deck, and I would come in with 2 different sixers of different shit. We'd try bombers, big bombers, and we'd just try all sorts of stuff. But after a while, even I got the beer fatigue, craft beer fatigue. I couldn't keep up. You know, Brewhand Luke's telling me, hey, have you tried out, monkey, itchy butt, stout? I'm like, no, I don't even know what that is. And he's like, oh, you never heard of, Big Toe Brewing over in, Mundelein? No, I haven't. So, like, it got fatigued. What do you guys think it was the big killer other than COVID for these breweries? Chorizy, what's something that you would chalk it up to?
Marijuana. That did not help. That did not help.
No, it didn't.
That's and I think when you were hearing a lot about like, if they legalize weed, it's going to hit the bars really hard. And it's like, is it? I feel like the bars are going to be okay. But what it was I think the craft breweries got hit pretty damn really hard.
Yeah.
Because, these are things that are just kind of like, you only need a few beers, a few craft beers, and you're pretty good, And I think it's there's an overlap in that audience, and there's an overlap in people that kind of like, more. I mean, obviously craft type things, but like that's kind of where you get hurt. I think though too. I think just in general, younger people just don't drink as much. I mean, this has to do with marijuana too, but younger people don't drink as much as our generation do. And we're getting fucking old, man. Not everybody's gonna be drinking all the time. Not everybody's gonna go to the craft brewery every weekend. So that's hurting too.
Loafer, you got anything to add?
I'm gonna go in a little different direction here. Like I think it's a combination of a couple of things. I think you guys are right in a way, but what it suffered from in a way is the same syndrome that restaurants do. Like restaurants are a brutal business. The really good ones will survive. What craft beer kind of did was it started bumping its price point up in a way where I remember because I'm a wine guy. I consume a lot of wine. I have a wine cellar. I like buying, I have lists I'm on or whatever the fuck. And I remember the wine people were kind of like, it takes us so much time to make a bottle of wine. They can whip up this fucking beer in no time, and they're charging all, this price or whatever. You knew it couldn't last because it's not worth that much. It just was never worth the price. It was novel for a minute, and at that point, people were willing to pay it. But what you saw is everyone that wasn't of higher quality, or sometimes not quality. Sometimes it's the ability to market to people and get it sticky with the group where they're going to continue to consume. But a combination of the two, once that started to wear off, the pricing's just way too high for people to be buying on the regular. It's just not going to do it. And the wine people stuck with the wine. And so that went down a lot. Like, wine was really popular when the craft brewing started up, and it knocked down the popularity of wine kind of quite a bit at that point. But the wine people kind of stayed in the wine. The beer people didn't really stay in the beer so much. They did, but at a much smaller level. Bourbon. Yeah, I was going to say a lot of people. Well, I think a lot of people move around to the trendy booze, not so much they have their thing. And there's groups that they have their thing. That's the thing they like drinking, and it's going to always be the thing they like drinking. And some people are like, well, that thing's hot right now. Let's go drink that shit. And so when you're right, bourbon got hot and tequila's starting to get hot again, like it was hot before. Like, when that shit gets hot, you move off this thing.
Yep.
So I think it was like you mentioned, the oversaturation MSS. You knew that was going on at the time. If there were 37 and like you even would talk about it at the time, it's like, no way all these people can make it, right? It's like you knew the numbers were going to come down, but it's surprising they've come down so hard. Kind of like it's a little surprising it came down fast and hard like it did.
I think it built up so fast too, and then it crashed fast because it was like both. People are like, hey, let's just throw this money at this real quick. And then it's like, hey, we got 6 months.
Well, that's the thing too. I think, like to Beef's point though, if you're going in, like, think about going into one of these businesses during the boom, right? And the numbers you would put on your expectation per month of like what you can sell, right? That'll lead you to paying for a lease that's too high or getting too many barrels to make this in that like you don't really need. You probably only need one. And so like the all-in costs will drain you really fast if you miscalculated what you're going to be able to produce and sell. So that, you're coming in at the boom, you think it's going to be all this. If they would have, some of these places probably could have survived longer had they been like a smaller place or like, a little more restrained on what they were going to spend. So it's tough though. Like, any of these businesses are like insane. I would never do it.
I think there is also a labor of love factor to some of this stuff, like the artisanal things, like a craft beer or wine or whatever. There is a labor of love to it that when it heats up, a lot of people that don't have that labor of the love jump in to try to catch the wave and try to be part of it. We've seen this with creating content. We've been doing content for the White Sox for 10 years. When the White Sox started getting good, the amount of podcasts and blogs and everything exploded like a motherfucker. There were so many of them. And now it's retrenched all the way back down. When this team had the terrible season, it was only kind of the faces that are really fucking sickos, right? That, like, a lot of this stuff retrenches back to this is all this person's going to be doing. They're going to be making beer in some way, shape, or form, and they're going to make that fucking business work. It's not a Johnny-come-lately, we're going to make a hot club out of our fucking, brew pub or whatever the fuck. And that those guys are gone. They're cooked. They're finished.
Yeah.
Can we just talk for 1 minute though about how fucking awesome that craft beer fest was?
Oh man, that thing was so much fun.
Incredible.
So much fun.
There was no game. It was just a bunch of people in the concourse, and and there was so much beer. Like this, you think of these things where it's like, oh, you go there and you get like 3 tickets and you get to try out a couple beers. There's like 37 breweries and it was unlimited. Like, I know there was tickets. There was, only put so much in this cup. Yeah. No one was paying attention to that. We actually, the Sox kept yelling at us because they'd come by and we were supposed to have like these little kind of tiny glasses.
Which I still have 1 or 2 of them hanging around, the little glass.
And the guy from 18th Street his last name was Ramos too, and he was like, just at that, he was like, I'm bringing you guys beer all day. And he's giving us 16 ounces. And he's just putting them on the thing. And we're like, okay, we're going to drink these. And the Sox coming by like, got to put those away. A little, oh, no, it's fine. It's fine.
And that's when the people are coming up.
We're like little Henry.
Give me some of that.
It's like, that's our beer. That's what I'm have a Sodfather bobblehead that's filled with termites. That'll be gone.
Take it easy, okay?
Carpenter ants, I'm sorry, but no, great topic on MSS and great just reflection back on what the world was at one point. I mean, obviously, Bader Brown was was our first big sponsor, and we would go there all the time, and it wasn't for lack of people liking their beer. People would go to the brew pub all the time. They had good food there and everything.
They did.
It's just it's a bubble. It was a bubble and kind of burst.
Well, they bought in. I will die on this hill that they had too much. Their expenses were obviously way too high.
The nut was too high. Yeah.
But they were also just 3 to 5 years too early. I think they would still be around had it because it crested. People got tired of those big ABV, huge ass beers. They needed lagers, and their whole system was lager. It was all lagers with flavor, and it was that's what one of you all fucking posted the dry Schwartz today, which it was just such a great.
That was my favorite. That was
so good
from there because it was a light porter. It was just the greatest. It was a Schwarzenbach. I don't know. It was so beer. Fucking good. And I missed that beer. I missed that can. They had great looking shit. They were just too early. They were just too fucking early. And we knew it when we were in that goddamn thing. And I'm giving them marketing ideas, and they're like, "Yeah, we should try that." And I was like, "They're fucked because I don't know what I'm talking about." And they're thinking that's a great idea. And I'm like, "We're fucked." So
I saw a wrestling match there. This is how big Bader Brown was too. I went
the rest of the space.
They're downstairs. They had this where the actual brewing was happening. They had this huge event space down there too, and they did a full-on fucking wrestling match down there. And it was packed. It was the day before. It was the day before Thanksgiving. Real ass wrestling. The people were these guys, and this is local wrestling. So these people are nuts.
They're trying to make it, bro.
You see the stuff on TV, and they got all these safety precautions in place. There was people just jumping out, landing on the cement, and just popping up. And I'm just that should have killed you. There's not an athletic way to land face first on cement. That's oh, he's a stunt person. He's fine. You lost 8 teeth for the love of the game.
Sox Slave 6782, the originators of the session beer, and 100%.
It really was,
because everything was crushable. They're it's crushable, everything was crushable because you could just drink it.
Lawnmower lager, man.
Except for that fucking fruit tsunami.
Oh my god, tsunami! The mind eraser, MSS.
That shit would fuck you up, and you're it wasn't even like you felt it getting fucked up. You're like, oh shit, I'm entering drunk territory. It would be, oh hey, I've had my fifth, and then you're walking, and all of a sudden your pants are on your head, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? How did this happen? That shit
what's crazy is sneak up on you. They had that Imperial IPA.
Yes,
was 1,000,000%, but it was the fruit tsunami that got everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it was just because it was so smooth going down, and it had kind of like a green tea even-ish flavor in there and stuff, and it was delicious, and but everybody just drank it way too goddamn fast.
Yeah. It went down easy, how dare you?
So K-Dog, Matt Ramsey wants to take us, wants to go to Weiner before they close in March. And I said, I have not responded to it, but I will go. I will go down there and we'll go drink some beers. It's not that far away, so you guys are coming too. We'll go down there and we'll have a couple drinks and then go to the Aldi. And I'll show you all the bargains.
The Aldi.
So we're doing this midday on a Tuesday. I love it.
Yes. We're going to take the day off of work, Chorizo.
Got a drink for our guy Jerry. Says R.I.P. Fruit Tsunami. Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah, man. It's time to pour one out. So I appreciate that, Jerry.
Beef, you got any cans of that left?
I did have empty cans of it. I don't know if I still have them in my garage, but I had like 3 empty cans of that, and I had 3 empty cans of the Imperial as well. And I held on to them for a really long time. I'm not
Imperial
sure.
Lager. Yeah.
And it was like 8%, like you mentioned, Chorizy, 8 or 9%, something like that. It was like
they also had one of the best Christmas beers I've ever had. Like that Baltic Porter. And it was like it was like a chocolately, but like had like a little hint of orange. It was like, oh man.
Part of our deal too was get the growlers and all that shit. I mean, like we would drink so much of that beer. Like there is currently some craft beer place that's missing out on providing us stuff because the amount of promotion they got for that shit.
Yeah, we all got them. Yeah. Where's yours at, Loaf?
The Pilsener was I'll turn that around. The Pilsener was probably my favorite beer that they had there.
I got the lawnmower.
Yeah. Dude, you had to have that.
That's my favorite, man. I love the lawnmower.
When former managing partner Justin over at Wings and Rings, like he was like, hey, I got to clean out my storage unit. You want some of this shit? He brought over these tap handles, and I was like, oh, the boys are going to love these. And I knew that you had to have the lawnmower lager because you love that fucking thing.
That was my favorite. I used to love doing videos, like short videos on Twitter out of the hot tub with the lager, especially like on a Saturday morning before we're going to go to a game to shoot a couple things real quick, man. The best beer especially after you're hungover and hit a couple of those, you're feeling real good.
Because it tasted like an IPA. Yeah, but it was light and it wasn't crazy. Crushable.
Yeah, we need a beer sponsor. Right? We need a beer sponsor.
We do.
We gotta get on that shit.
We need to get someone back in house.
I can't get back into diabetic territory. Okay,
that Chorizo and I will consume it. All right, that's fine.
Right. No. All these places make the drinks now too. They make the mixed drink stuff. True. There's no sugar in those. Don't worry.
Not whatsoever.
Let's get a drink from Pedro here. He says, cheers, Thirsty Thursday.
Pedro,
cheers.
Bless your heart.
Cheers, Pedro. Thanks for reading the blog too. He's the first guy to comment on it. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
No, Pedro's he gets in.
I read your blog today, MSS.
I read it too.
I was excited to see a blog. I was in a meeting.
I have another one.
I saw your blog pop up and I was like, I'm gonna read this in this meeting.
Did you read it aloud to everybody?
I did.
Did you read off?
I read the list. I read the list out just like MSS did to all of you. So no, it was beautiful.
Hey, this is an audio podcast, okay? Sometimes to some people, so they don't see. Well, there was nothing on the screen, but you should read the blog.
I was like, man, MSS is going to give the counts, and the counts are alarming. And then you're like, I'm going to read every single fucking brewery. I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
No, I did actually. Hang on, let me defend you, MSS. That is the way to present that. Read every single one. You got to fire through them, but you read every single one because you have to give the perspective of like. Right. How ridiculous it is how many of these are closed. I think that's a perfect way to present
some of the good ones. I think that's the thing too. Like some of the ones that you read, I was like, oh shit, that place is closed. Fuck.
Can't believe it's done.
Yeah. I mean, on me, because I don't go there. But you did say a Lulu, and you're like, you never heard of it.
I have.
That's in Pilsen. That's a good place.
Our guy
good food.
Luke McDowell says Goose Island has been horrible since they were bought by Anheuser-Busch. Untrue. I think that is untrue. I think that their staple beers, were not like they just didn't do as well in the market. They still sell a shitload of fucking beer, but also the smaller stuff that they have at the brewery and stuff was so good. It was top notch. They would just offload so much shit to us,
especially Little Friday Lager.
Little Friday Lager was awesome.
That's their best. That's their best thing they've ever made. That's their best thing they've ever made.
They're like, it is still good. The market caught up to what they were doing too, and I think that that's something that like doesn't get looked at a lot. Like, yes, they were the first people to put a stout in a bourbon barrel and then age it and then put it out there for people. And I think that's something that now everyone does. So you're a pioneer. You don't necessarily always are at the cutting edge, but I think they've done pretty good. But there's a lot of other people that are now specializing in these things. Not, hey, I made a great beer like 312 that people love and it's bought everywhere. but also make high-end fucking like great beers. Like it's just
was that one paper umbrella? That shit was awesome.
Oh my god.
And then the dank detector too.
Dank detector was the shit. I remember having to harass them to just give us a case of dank detector. It was like
they'd always chintz it up on you and give you like 1 6-pack. Like, come on,
like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, we mix them. I was like, well, don't mix them. Just give us a whole thing of dank detector, please. We would like that. That was awesome. But yeah, it's rough.
Let's get this drink here from Yump. He says, "Salud, Yump."
Cheers, 508. Look at that, man.
I like that. Respect it.
I love it.
That's because I wore the shirt on stage. That's why.
That's right. Yeah. Beef. What's your local look?
All right. What do you guys want? You want something that is White Sox Twitter centric, or you want something that is a little more Chicago centric?
We've only done an hour and a half. Let's do both.
Okay. All right. We got them both. All right. The first one, boys. I don't know if you saw this in the news, but WGN laid off a ton of on-air talent. I'll read the tweet real quickly. It says, here's the full list of WGN News on-air talent layoffs Monday, as near as I can gather. Sean Lewis, Judy Wang, Mike Jansen, Dean Richards. Oh, man, he's been an institution. Ray Cortopassi, Braun Tumulty. Yeah, she was like a lot of people were upset about her. Julian Cruz, Paul Lisnek, and Chris Bowden. That's an extraordinary loss. Yeah, WGN has been bought up by a company called Nexstar, and the layoffs are consistent with what's happening in a lot of places in media. We have a friend, I'm not going to name the friend, off the record friend, who reached out to me and said, Beef, it's way worse than this. Actually, a bunch of people not on camera have left on their own volition since this company has taken over because things are just going bad over there. Now, I was thinking about this, or stewing on this, boys, a little bit about how WGN, for one, is number one in market with regard to news. Like, if you ask anyone in Chicago, what's the news that you kind of turn to, it is WGN generally for everyone. And even in the post-Skilling era, it still is, because they've always been entertainment forward as far as like the presentation and what they're providing. But it reminded me of like doing a good job doesn't seem to matter anymore when you're doing media stuff. And we have some dear friends who are on the show Bet Sweats, which was absolutely crushing. And a new company comes on and takes over and kicks them out of there, even though they're the fastest growing show on the network, and throws them out. It's like what we're viewing right now as far as media goes is just groups want to control a certain message. They want to have a group where let's cut the profits, let's cut the costs here, let's do it PE style, and let's have the message we want pushed out into the ether. It's not about entertaining anymore. It's not about finding the truth anymore. It's just about putting out whatever the big corporate media head wants to put out into the marketplace.
Beef, you said something there real quick, and like I think you should expound on it. You said PE style. Like, give a little more breadth to that.
In private equity, I may know a little bit about this. Private equity, a lot of times what they do is they'll buy a business and they'll make it more efficient. And sometimes by making it more efficient means clipping out middle management or cutting costs in a certain area that is deemed wasteful. But deemed wasteful a lot of times can be people, and important people in an organization. So it's a style of management to extract profits, or in this case, maybe potentially to have a motive about what you would like to put out there. If you have a megaphone, sometimes you want to put certain things out there, and like making the most entertaining thing might not be the motive there. And it's like disheartening in a way. And like, there's names on there you recognize. Yeah. And look, tomorrow when I wake up, I'm not going to be heartbroken about any of that, but there's a broader issue going on here, right? I mean, the Washington Post is laying off a bunch of people, and like there's like all the big media places are just clipping and getting down to the bare minimum. And it's a bad thing. And it's a really bad thing here in Chicago, like especially when you're like, you want to turn to a local news and find out something. And now it's just not going to be as good as it used to be.
The Washington Post thing annoys me for a different reason. It's because I think the contract has been broken with the billionaires. Like, I mean, like, hey, Jeff, look, we're gonna look the other way on Amazon, right? We're gonna keep Prime. We're gonna enjoy the 2-day shipping. We're gonna forget about how shitty you treat everybody. But you're supposed to then take a little bit of a loss and give us, a good newspaper and a good sports section and shit.
Put some dough into this and juice this up and make this good. Like,
that's your fucking penance. You got to pay some penance. This is bullshit. The deal's off. The deal's off with these guys. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but when this was happening, I thought of Sammy P and Joe O with their show on Bet Sweats. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, you see a great show, and I'm listening to their podcast recently, and they still have hard feelings as they should. But like when you have something that's like really good, and it's growing like a motherfucker, and then it's like, no, we're getting rid of this. Like, that list I read off to you, there's so many people on there that, like, I saw on Twitter, like, people are like crushed that the person's fired. Like, what the fuck?
Richards being gone is wild. Like, I remember, I watched Dean Richards forever. But the Sammy and Joe thing, I mean, like, you could kind of see why it happens, right? Like when there's guys on the station going, hey, don't bet same game parlays. That's fucking dumb. And like, don't do this and don't do that. They're like, actually, we want people to do the dumb thing. So don't teach them anything. We want the guy on that says, I'm going to bet 4,000 props on Sunday. Here's a whole segment on all the props that will never fucking win in a million years. You should go bet them at the station we work. So
turn $100 into $1 million.
They only kept that guy.
37 things correct.
I'm not naming names, but I think you know who I'm talking about. Let's get this drink from Pedro. He says, Fart Walk fuel for tomorrow. Fridays have never sounded better.
Thank you, Pedro. Appreciate you. The Fart Walk has been catching on. People are really enjoying it. We got a couple things we're working them on potentially for tomorrow, so it should be fun.
You have that list of all those people up there, and I think the person that can find a job easiest out of all those people, Judy Wang. And I don't even have to say why, but because Judy Wang could probably walk into any place and really put some smiles on some people's faces.
And in a way, like, I know what you're saying, but in a way, like, some of what TV media is presentation. It is kind of about that stuff. You watch something on TV and you're like, this sucks because I don't like the visual presentation of this fucking thing. Like, I'm watching it, I don't want to watch it. Like, it's a cheesesteak, but it's also true. And like, it's bizarre to like it's like they haphazardly cut this list. Like, they just pick random names out of the hat, kind of. Right? I mean, that's what it looks like to me. Like,
I've seen that happen. I've seen like
just
a
pick
list,
a guy, like a
list come out, and people are like, "Who the fuck made this list? This is the worst list I've ever seen." And that shit happens in corporate America. It's terrifying that it happens. Yeah, but we're seeing, but with this, everyone in Chicago has a view of this and knows the talent of each of these people,
right?
And so it's very easy to pick apart, and it's deservedly so picked apart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
it's like the beer thing too. If you like these things, you need to support these things, and you got to put the money in it, and you got to do these things because it's not, people aren't going to these sources for their news anymore or their sports updates, and if you're not doing it, then you're not going to get it. So. But this seems like a little different though too, because you get bought out by a bigger company, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna juice this. We're gonna juice this."
Beef, you said you got another one for us. What else you got, baby?
I do. So this one is a little more personal to me. So there is a Twitter user, Sam DeRosa, who tweeted that he was going to put out a list of his top White Sox Twitter people, and I tweeted back at him. I said, "Hurry up! I got the 108 tourney coming up soon." He did hurry up, and he initially said, I'm going to make a list of 30 people. He went over and above. He made a list of 50 people.
Thank God he went past 30.
I'm going to pull the list. First part of the list up here. So, I love this list.
I beat White Sox Dave.
I'm not going to list everyone, but your boy finished. I'm fifth, but I'm the only old head in the top 5. So this is what I was proud of. Like, you got Mike, you got Dylan Barnes, and you got Elijah Evans and shit. You got the young guns are up top, and the old BeefLoaf is 5. MSS comes in at 18, ahead of White Sox Dave, ahead of Herb Lawrence. I love to see that. I love to see the 108ers still involved in the crew. We flip to the second 25, and we got Chorizy-E down there at 35. Jordan Lazowski's making fun of them because they're kind of right next to each other. But a couple things with regards to this list. Number one, I'm proud that we're the youngins still consider us as part of kind of a big part of Sox Twitter. All three of us are in the list very solidly. No one's 49 or 48. We are very solidly kind of in the midst of the list. I was like, okay, that's cool. We're still resonating with the younger crowd because this is the youths. You see the group that's younger kids that are kind of going up to the top, and rightfully so, man. There's a good group. Number two, it legitimately, and I reached out to Sam and told him, it legitimately changed my thoughts on some 108 tourney stuff. And I'm like ripping the brackets up right now. You guys have seen what I thought was like kind of the final version. Yeah. I'm ripping them apart right now. I'm adding probably 8 to 12 people from this list that weren't currently in there because I was thinking my brain maybe isn't in tune with everything that's really going on here. And I appreciate a guy like Sam pushing this out there. And what's good about lists like this is you get cognizant of like who's out here that's really fucking making some noise. And like when I look at the front half of the list, like, yeah, I know about Missy Carroll and I know about Little Tina and I know about White Sox Matt and Ken W.O. or whatever. And I know about Sockside Justin. I've been a big fan of his stuff, like, but it's like interesting to see like Fleeced by Getz. I wasn't even following Fleeced by Getz. And I was like, oh, I got to give a follow. I was like, dude's got 3,000 followers. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? So it's like, you're starting to get yourself back in on like, what's everyone looking at here? It was a good feeling to see it. And it was also a good feeling to like, be included. Now, that wasn't the only thing that happened here. Sam makes a great list. A lot of people are commenting.
Chief, I got one question on the list, though.
Go for it.
One question on the list because Jordan gave me a little
some shit. Yeah.
How much did it kill him though that B-Son's so far ahead of him?
It had to, right? Because he's like the talking head of Sox on 35th, and B-Son is he's like an MSS guy where he's making graphics, he's making making art basically.
He's up at 22 too.
The thing with B-Son though is like B-Son has had so many things he's made that are kind of lasting and people like remember them for a really long time. It's like, bro, sometimes you make a great piece of art, you don't gotta say nothing for a while, and everyone kind of fucking remembers it, So it's cool. But the list moved mountains. I was impressed, but not only was I impressed, boys, someone else was impressed. It was this man right here, Justin Ishbia, because he followed like following. He followed the list.
He followed me. I was like, I thought it was. I was like, I'm praying for his DMs. Like this. There's not a worse move than following 50 people from White Sox Twitter all at once.
Let me tell you something. You want to be the people's owner? That is a great first move of like following them. Now, full disclosure, the Justin Ishbia account has followed 108 for a while, like kind of since way back. But to follow individual maniacs on this thing like that, 108's a safe because the brand, it's kind of established. It has alignment with the team, whatever. I'm following 50 random people that this guy says are cool. And he just kind of jumped in with that. And I love it. I really love it. It's like the guy, my guess is the guy just wants to get the tenor of what's going on. What do you guys all think? Like in kind of a way in which we've been a conduit to the Sox for years is like, what do they think on the streets? Justin wants to dip his toe in there and find out what the fuck is going on. Love it, man. Love it.
I can't wait to get the late night DM of him telling me how much he enjoyed my Brandy Taylor update. And he was like, thank you for like letting us know what Brandy is doing these days. And holy shit, I can't wait.
He reaches out and says, when's the next JMac update? That's when he's one of us. So
I feel like it's going to go the exact opposite direction. He's going to open up his DMs one day and just see this. It's like
Jorge returns.
Hey man, spend more money. I had to wait in line for the bathroom for way too long, dude. Put some more bathrooms down here, Justin. Come on, man.
My God.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe that he was following people. I was like, this is gonna be interesting to see what he sees. Like
it's cool.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on.
There is a lot.
But it's good timing though. He's following all these people right in time for the 108 tourney. So he's gonna get flooded. His timeline's gonna get flooded with some 108 tourneys. So that should be stuff. Yeah, that should be fun.
And if he wants to sponsor it, let me know. Send me a DM and we can get you right on board. I'll cut you some ads. We're good to go.
Easy 5-figure sponsorship.
It's easy.
5.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's shoot high.
I was trying to be, I was trying to be chill. Whatever, it's fine.
Or at least let's refi our loans at a very nice and favorable rate. Can we do that?
If he starts endorsing people in attorney, that would.
Oh man, that'd be incredible.
Gene Paul says, "Is he an attorney?" No, he's not an attorney. No.
I would love if Ishbia was like, man, I really miss the days of Peyton and Alley White Sox ripping bong hits in their garage.
Those are the good old days of 108
Their dad's walking in, like, what are you doing? They're like, it's a fucking 108 tourney, Dad.
We'll never get that back. That was a moment in time.
Those are good times. So. Holy shit, this girl's smoking weed.
Incredible amounts, though.
Yeah,
like it was.
That's some question.
It's like a 45-pound girl smoking 80 pounds of weed. It's fucking incredible.
Let me get my 3-foot bong out.
My God.
The only other thing I had on Local Look was that I saw this tour coming to like
Holy
Louisville.
Shit.
It's the same weekend as Riot Fest. Man, I'm worried about Riot Fest. They better.
That's
some
a
of
great
these bands.
lineup, man. Holy
some of
shit.
these bands better be popping over. And like they play down in Louisville on Thursday. Come on, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something to Riot Fest because they took up all the bands. Like every band on earth is playing this festival.
Alkaline Trio's down there.
When I saw it, it looked fake because it was just like a list of all the bands.
How could this be real?
But I was thinking, I was like, oh, we just need a subset of that to get over to Riot Fest. And if all those bands are that close,
they're moving.
It could be a very, my age appropriate Riot Fest if they do it right.
Chorizy, you're going to be real excited about this because there is no Chicago date listed for the Social Distortion new tour. So they're probably going to be at Riot Fest. Guess who's touring with Social Distortion?
Who's that?
Your favorite Australian band ever, the Chats.
Oh my God. I thought you were going to tell me The Living End, which I was going to be very excited about. And you give me the goddamn Chats. Oh my God.
I can't wait to go to Riot Fest with you and watch the Chats and be like, World Smoko. You're going to love it.
If they play Riot Fest, if Social D and the Chats are at Riot Fest, MSS, we're going.
Okay.
It's 100% in. It's happening. Beef won't go. Beef.
No, I'm not going to that. But Chorizy, I noticed on this list on the Sunday night, the headliners Tool, and you've heard Tool is rumored to be playing the Sphere. We're going. That'd be my first time going because I would go for that 100%.
Although Metallica, I mean, like a Halloween show with Metallica at the Sphere sounds like
that's what Jackie Treehorn
maybe the greatest fucking thing ever. So.
Man, we've never seen him either.
I've never seen Metallica.
I've never seen him either.
Seen Metallica live.
Yeah, I got to see him. Yeah, that's a good point.
I've told this to people. It blows their mind. But like, you got to remember, like, there's a period when Metallica was making Load and Reload. That's when I was at a lot of concerts. So
they got huge. Like a little bit before we were going to go to a lot of shit. And then, all that stuff happened. It's like, oh, man, their great albums are a little earlier on than
they got the haircuts. They made Load, Reload, Saint Anger. Like,
pierce their nose.
Yeah, it's tough, Like,
trying to be
but now they just play all the old shit. And like, I want to go to that. I was just watching Les Claypool talk about his audition with them. And how he didn't know that the beginning of For Whom the Bell Tolls was on bass. So they were like, let's play For Whom the Bell Tolls. And he was just sitting there waiting for someone to start.
That's a great show. That's a great podcast video
that interview.
Show. Yes.
The interview with Les. Yeah, it's crazy because I had no idea him and Kirk Hammett went to high school together.
Yes.
which is fucking weird as hell.
And he's just amazing, and like him talking about like what we're talking about is this guy like in interviews these musicians and they just start playing like they play stuff and stuff or whatever.
What's this comment? I met James Hetfield at Whole Foods. Nice guy. What?
That's awesome. Sox Life's out there doing it, pal.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's I like that. I like that little show that he does because he gets all these different musicians in and just asks them these weird ass questions and then gets very musical on them. And I thought Les Claypool was awesome because he's got a very great story. And they're like Primus was so fucking heavy was so fucking heavy back in the day. Like, and then like, I don't know. I really like Primus. I thought they were great.
There's a great clip in there about them touring with U2 too, which is just funny. But hey, I think that's it. I think that's it. We got all the local look in. The local look has been looked upon.
Great graphic.
It's now time for thank yous and GFYs. MySoxSummer, who are you thinking of GFYing?
I am thanking Sam DeRosa for getting me the Ishbia follow back. That was really nice of you, buddy. I appreciate that. I was not expecting that. I literally thought it was a joke when it came across. Like, oh, some burner. And then I saw Brett Hafner's tweet that like, oh, this is a legit guy. Sweet. Also, I want to have a GFY to the guy who gave me a really, really dirty look when he was walking across the alley as I'm pulling out with my wife and family. This motherfucker had his hood up and had headphones in and is walking across where the cars are coming out. I stopped a good 3 feet before I even got close to the sidewalk, and he gave me the death stare like I did something wrong. And I looked at my wife and go, I stopped right before this guy. And she's like, yeah, you did. I don't understand why he's giving you this look. Today, we pull out. That was Wednesday. We pull out today. I go out and I don't see him, obviously walking right in front of me. I take a right. He is walking in the middle of the fucking road, not crossing at a crosswalk. And I'm like, motherfucker, you're going to get hit with your stupid ass. Take your fucking headphones out. Pay attention. Or at least do the human thing and cross at a crosswalk, you dumb fuck. So go fuck yourself.
I'm just going to throw this out there. He wasn't looking at you like that because he thought you were driving poorly. That person is a murderer. You should just avoid that person.
So this is what I was going to say, Chorizy. MSS is going to get fucked up this summer. Like, he's going to get his ass whooped because a little too much of this right here. There's a little too much road rage. Even little bullshit like this, there's a little too much road rage. He's going to get pulled out of his car. We're going to hear a story. A man on Low Street got his ass whooped, and it's going to be MSS. It's going to be laying on the street.
First of all, how dare you? I can still kick ass, okay?
Like, I believe it.
I'm okay. I don't know if I want to fight this guy because he does look crazy. So I don't want to necessarily fight him. But also know that the MSS is trying to keep everything more inside and not yelling and not making dramatic things or whatever, because he has listened to you guys say, hey, this is how you get shot. So I don't do that as much anymore.
You're just venting right here.
Sometimes I will. Yes, this is my vent. But also sometimes I will stare down people when they've been on their phone and driving way too slow.
It's okay to do that. Give them a little look. Let them know.
I do a lot of stare downs. Yeah, do a lot of stare downs. So yeah. But thank you.
Beef, who are you thinking are GFYing?
I got to give a big old fucking GFY to Grubhub. And let me just roll a log on the fire for you. A couple years ago,
Jesus Christ,
my company, I worked for a great company. I've told my boss before, you'll have to fire me to get me the fuck out of here. But my company wanted people to come in the office a little more often. Obviously we're easing into it. Everyone was easing into it after the pandemic. And one of the carrots they gave to the group, it's like, okay, well, we're going to mandate you come in more. We're going to give you a Grubhub credit. You can order lunch every day. That's a really nice thing. And it's worth quite a bit of money. Except when nearly every day you are chasing down your Grubhub delivery all over the place, okay? My company, the building we are in, they have a food hub in the lobby. So you put in your description, leave it in the food hub. Does that happen? Sometimes. Sometimes I order from a place that I won't name them, but they're called Jersey Mike's. And they will leave the goddamn sandwich in the back hallway onto some random table. I don't know where. I go to the food hub, it's not there. I walk around, it's like, oh, my food's right here on the couch. Oh yeah, I should have known it was here. Like, a random person could have ate it. I order food sometimes. Portillo's is the worst. Portillo's they'd put the thing in the food hub, it'd be the wrong order. I'd order a salad, they'd give me 2 Polishes and all kinds of bullshit. Like,
they know what you want.
Shit. I'm not eating all that. I will fall asleep at my desk if I eat all that shit. I'm not eating that shit. Sometimes you order from Grubhub, they'll snap a picture, which doesn't take a picture really of anything. It's just like a picture of the ceiling, and you go down to pick it up. They stole it. It doesn't matter. It's not there. You got to reorder it. The other day, I ordered from Pompeii, and I love Pompeii. and great salads at Pompeii. So that's what I generally order. So like 4 times in a row, they ordered they delivered perfectly fine, no problem. I get down there to the food hub. They had taken the picture of what little hole is in. Great. I go down to hole number 7, go down there, and I go to look at it. It's definitely not my order. And then the delivery guy comes in and grabs it and leaves. And I say, hey, you got my salad? He's like, he didn't speak English. He's like, no. And he keeps moving. I'm like, well, I got no salad and I got no wrong order. I got to fucking cancel this order and order again.
You're fucked.
2 years of Grubhub. Grubhub is a piece of shit outfit, and they fuck the order up so many times. Now, what's good about them is that they will refund or resend the order, no problems. There's no hassles with that part. So I'll give them credit. They do eat it when these weird things happening, but these weird things happen way too often. And like Tracy, you're a C-suite guy. I'm like a high middle management guy. I don't have an hour to waste chasing my goddamn lunch around Earth to try to get back in the office and do work. They should just give me the cash because it's a waste of everyone's time, me chasing around these Grubhub orders. So fuck Grubhub all the way up there.
Right up the ass.
I've had this happen. I've had this happen to me. This was back when I lived in Pilsen, but like we ordered dinner. I forget what place we ordered from. It was like that Nando's. It was like the
yeah.
And they fucking brought me. We ordered like 2 things. They brought me this fucking gigantic bag of shit. And like none of it was anywhere near what, like, I should have just kept it all.
Yeah.
I just found in there what I wanted, but the fucking name wasn't even close to my name. It was just like the guy showed up and just grabbed whatever fucking bag he saw first and was like, I'm delivering this. I need to get out of here. I'm in a hurry. And like, so the guy's handing me the bag and I'm like, this doesn't look right. And like, look at the fucking thing. And it's like someone completely different name. I was like, this is not me. And he's like, do you want it? I was like, no. I don't even want I ordered some specific shit. I don't want someone else's shit, okay? I want the shit I ordered. What are you kidding me? Come on now. Like, I can't, fucking ridiculous. I cannot fault businesses for saying like it's more efficient to order this way. But you know what? When you knew your pizza guy was coming with your pizza, it was safe. I'll tip more. I'll pay more. I want the right shit to show up. That's all I want. I just want peace when all this shit's happening. I don't want to chase my lunch around for 90 fucking minutes for no reason. I don't want to do it. The only one I won't put it on when you're talking about all this is Grubhub. I won't put it on the Portillo's one. The Portillo's is their fault. Because it's that fucking weird ghost kitchen one on like Whacker. That's where that comes from. And that place never gets anything fucking right. And I've had a fucking guy show up there and he like calls me. He's like, they're out of beef. I was like, it's Portillo's.
No, my heart attack would be incoming if they actually delivered the right lunch. But since I chase it around for an hour, I get a lot of cardio. I'm fine.
Not that fat.
All right, I just got a quick thank you to our guy Danny Miller for having me on Future Sox last night. Hot takes and heaters. Oh, we got another drink. Let's get this drink before we go. And Yump says, maybe your boss heard you are a healthy 270 and told Grubhub to make your ass run down orders instead of feeding you.
Fuck you, Yump. How about that? You bastard.
Cheers, Yump. And on that.
In the city of Chicago, back in the day, there was a ball player. They called him Jizz. They said playing for the White Sox, he had a certain flair. He hit 69 home runs, and that ain't fair. He swung that bat like a wild tornado storm. Every time he stepped up, he smashed it. It was the norm. The ladies in the stands, they couldn't help but stare. The legend of Alejandro Jizz spreading everywhere.